Okay, so I've got two strings. They're all housed out. I know I keep saying it, but you have a pair. Okay, so we need to think about the barefaced tenon at the bottom now. So looking at the booklet, barefaced tenon details there, and from the plan view, that's the detail of the barefaced tenon. It's called a barefaced tenon because one side of the tenon is the edge of the timber. Okay, so it's only got one shoulder. Right, so how do we do that? Let's put that to one side. Use this string. Right, so what we know is that the newel is central with the front face of the bottom riser. So this newel is 58mm. Okay, so what we do is we get the bevels that we fixed earlier, and they're on your plumb cut. Okay, if we measure half of that newel from the riser that you've already cut, and then just make sure with your sliding bevel, check it on one of the other risers, make sure it's still true, and then bring that down and mark that on your timber. So that line there is the right hand side of your newel as it's going to connect with your string. So then what we can do from there is put your newel on top of that. Same as measuring it, make sure it's bang on. That is the outer edge of that now, that's where that's going to locate into that string. So take your pencil and draw the inside edge. Okay, so that now is going to be where the newel comes through there, that's where it interacts with that. So if you square that along the top, like so, maybe square, then that's what we're going to make the tenon from. So if you now get a marking gauge, we said before that we made the depth of this the depth of your tenon, so it just all works nicely. So if you set your marking gauge pin to the depth that you've cut out with the router, then it'll all work in. And then all that remains to do is just draw that with a marking gauge. I always drop the pin in at the end of the line, and then when you push it forward, it drops into that line and doesn't run past. Shade that in as waste. Okay, and that's all going to be waste. So let's shade it, then we can picture that. And all that remains to do now is remove that waste. We can chop that straight off there, and then literally cut this bit out there. Okay, so we'll do that now.